rice bowls, broccoli beef, and that distinctly delicious orange chicken. If those food items ring a bell in your head, you've got Panda Express on the mind. Once a staple of American food courts, Panda Express has grown into a global phenomenon of fast and tasty American Chinese cuisine. But where did all these eateries come from? And how did they seemingly pop up overnight to cover most of North America? Well, today we're serving up the sweet and sour history of Panda Express. But before we dig in, why not subscribe to the Weird History Food channel? Then let us know in the comments below what other iconic eateries you want to know about. Okay, give us a second. We're still looking at the menu. In 1973, way back before the Panda traveled express, a young Chinese immigrant named Andrew Cheung had the idea to partner with his master chef father, Ming-Sai Cheung, on a new restaurant endeavor. After securing all the necessary loans, the father-son duo opened Panda Inn in Pasadena, California. The upscale Chinese cuisine was served sit-down style and offered traditional entrees and a friendly staff composed mostly of Cheung's family. While the restaurant did well enough, money was tight, and the Cheungs essentially worked for free. It was a Bob's Burgers situation. Eventually, Cheung went off to study at Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas, where he met Peggy Sang. The pair got married in 1975, and Peggy, who had a degree in computer science and a PhD in electrical engineering, worked in her field of study while Andrew returned to help with Panda Inn. It had all the makings of a wacky sitcom, like Bob's Burgers. Part of the charm of Panda Inn was the camaraderie the Cheung family staff had with their customers, offering deals and discounts in order to keep folks coming back. One of those appreciative customers was UCLA Bruins head coach Terry Donahue. Donahue had heard from his brother, a real estate agent, that an open space had just become available in the Glendale Galleria food court. Today, you would expect that spot to be filled by a Panda Express within the afternoon. And while they didn't have the chain yet, the Cheungs still recognized a perfect spot for quick Chinese takeout when they saw it. Andrew and Peggy decided to seize this opportunity, and together the duo opened the first Panda Express in 1983. When Panda Express first opened its doors, there weren't really any doors to open. They shared their location with the rest of the Glendale Galleria food court and spent the days making food with a dozen or fewer employees working beside them. A far cry from the nearly 40,000 or so Panda Restaurant Group employees today. But hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. How does a mathematician major and a computer science whiz turn a tiny food court kiosk into a thriving food empire? One of the reasons was Peggy Cheung's affinity for designing computer software. As an early adopter of computer tech in the restaurant racket, Peggy used her engineering prowess to design an operating system that could, among other things, track inventory, reorder ingredients, and store customer reviews. Panda Express also touted a larger and more robust menu for their dine-in customers, while most other American Chinese restaurants had little more than chop suey. And they were the only American Chinese restaurant in the game using these high-tech methods, a leg up that would allow them to dominate the market. The first Express locations were very busy, owing in part to opening during the height of shopping malls' popularity. Malls were it in the 80s. There's a whole season of Stranger Things about it. Plus, the fact that you could get your meal quickly and easily helped the restaurant soar to new heights faster than you could say, Sweetfire Chicken Breast Rice Bowl. In 1988, Panda Express continued to make unconventional decisions, including opening a location inside a Vaughn's grocery store. This eventually paved the way for Express locations to pop up in other unusual places, like military bases, casinos, and airports, which is less weird nowadays. You can hit a Wolfgang Puck's in an airport. In 2005, Panda Express began opening locations on college campuses, making the already popular eatery an even more renowned place to catch a bite to eat. The chain's ability to appear just about anywhere was an early secret to its success. Speaking of successes, if you're heading into a Panda Express, it's likely you've got one sweet and savory thing on your mind: the exclusively delicious orange chicken. The signature orange poultry delight was invented in 1987 by executive chef Andy Cao, who modified an existing chicken recipe with his own flourishes and a Hawaiian twist, making the result a Panda Express original. Yeah, They invented orange chicken. Well, Chef Andy Cow did, but you get it. The crispy chicken is fried in the oil of an orange peel with orange-flavored sauce and absolutely no MSG. They experimented with the recipe once by adding bacon, but in an unexpected twist, the bacon was met with a lot of pushback and eventually discontinued. People are usually more pro-bacon, but apparently not when orange chicken is on the table. Some other discontinued items that people were actually sad to see go are the tasty plum sauce or the lip-smacking mandarin chicken, the latter of which sparked a Change.org petition to resurrect it. Maybe if it shows up on an episode of Rick and Morty. But if it's not copper-colored chicken you're looking for, you can get all sorts of items from Panda Express's robust menu. And if you're looking to get a little more zest in your life, you'll want to check out the Panda Express Innovation Kitchen, located in Pasadena, California. There, you can get specialized menu items such as crispy wontons, honey walnut shrimp wraps with green papaya slaw, and fresh salad greens, along with other salads and wraps. It's totally worth the drive, even if you have to get in the car now to be in Pasadena next week. However, not even those specialized offerings can hold a stovetop flame to the mighty orange chicken, which makes up for about a third of Panda Express's yearly revenue. That's a whopping 110 million pounds of orange chicken sold each and every year. In 1999, after achieving meteoric success throughout the late 80s and early 90s, Peggy and Andrew Chung decided it was time to give back. They opened up the Panda Cares food donation program, which encourages customers to provide monetary donations, as well as offering staff to contribute a portion of their paychecks. The charity aims to fund volunteer services for youth communities in need, as well as providing disaster relief efforts. So far, it's worked out like orange chicken, raising $375 million since its inception, and donating over $100 million of that money to cancer research in 2023. It was the single largest donation the City of Hope organization had ever received. They probably got the check really quick, too. They're so fast there. In spite of its mostly squeaky clean image, Panda Express, like all large companies, has overcome some pretty hefty legal challenges in its time. One such controversy happened in 2021, during the height of the food delivery portion of the pandemic. At that time, Panda Express had made what were referred to as deceptive promises about low delivery prices. While they advertised a low delivery fee, they also jacked up something called a convenience fee, adding an additional 10% to each bill. Basically, while the delivery fee may have been low, this additional convenience fee was making orders more expensive, while functionally serving as a delivery fee. And in fairness, when you put it like that, it does sound dishonest. A $1.4 million class action lawsuit was called, and customers who bought food during that time were entitled to compensation. In another legally troubling and all-around bizarre incident, one Panda Express store was accused of participating in cult-like initiation practices with employees in 2019, forcing men and women to strip down during humiliating team-building exercises to gain a promotion. The whole seminar was described more like boot camp with a drill instructor than a conference on how to be a better employee. Despite the severity of the complaint, Panda Express washed their hands of it all, claiming a separate company had conducted these meetings and that they had no knowledge of what was going on. And while it's not unbelievable that a billion-dollar company might hire an outside training group without totally vetting it beforehand, you'd think they would have at least glanced at the syllabus. As the Panda Express business grew, so did the number of stores, and with that, the number of happy and satisfied customers. This included new subsidiary additions such as 1992's Hibachi-san restaurant in Minnesota, which delivered teppanyaki grill items and sushi right from the comfort of your favorite retail establishments. In the early 1990s, Panda Express had around 100 restaurants nationwide, opening its 300th store by 1999. Flash forward to today, where you can find over 2,200 Panda Express locations throughout the United States, Canada, Guam, and South Korea, pulling in an impressive $3.5 billion in sales each year. Today, Panda Express is still a family company. Peggy and Andrew Chung still run things at the top as co-CEOs and continue to grow the business with new ventures and ideas for their ever-expanding food empire. They've even got their children in on the biz. Andrea Chung works as Chief Brand Officer, while Nicole Chung is the Catering and Events Manager for the group. When it first arrived on the scene, Panda Express was a shopping mall exclusive and earned their reputation by providing lightning-fast food to the masses throughout the 80s and 90s. Today, only about 2% of their business comes from malls, which is nuts considering how closely associated the brand is with food courts in most people's minds, but it's also unsurprising. considering there's only about 700 shopping malls left in operation. Additionally, the Churns have expanded the restaurant into a food empire, with the Panda Group operating Hibachi-san and Panda Inn locations as well. The obvious next step is to open a Panda Express location large enough to fit a mall inside. Then the Panda will have come full circle. So what do you think? Are you a Panda Express, or do you have a different food court favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're there, check out some of these other weird history food videos.